What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach. And I want to let you know that my book, The Embrace Method, How to Leverage Your Trauma and Pain to Live the Life of Your Dreams, the second edition is now available on Amazon for purchase. Through heartfelt anecdotes, practical exercises, and profound insights, this book will show you how to confront your demons, heal your wounds, and emerge stronger and more resilient, ready to embrace a future with limitless possibilities. Remember, embracing your pain is the first step to transforming it into power. Be sure to get your copy today. And remember, embrace your struggles, embrace your successes, and most importantly, embrace yourself. Visit www.embracemethod.com to learn more about the Embrace Method book and the Embrace Framework.
Welcome to the Roots and Rhythm podcast, where we explore the essence of culture, our experiences, and a healing journey that shapes our growth and family. Through heartfelt stories about marriage, mental health, relationships, and parenting, we create a space where you can find connection, understanding, and inspiration. Join us as we explore the rhythms of life, one story at a time.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome to another episode of the Roots and Rhythm podcast, where we explore the rhythms of life one story at a time. It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach, and I am joined by the lovely
Angie, la cyber mommy.
in the building. Yo,
Wow.
What is new? I am bringing my big old hat with me.
You just
I got
want
my
to
hat with
wear
me.
a hat today? You just really want to wear your hat today?
I have to wear the hat, right? Because it just matches my ensemble. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like every single time I'm looking at these episodes, I'm like wearing 2 to 3 same outfits. So I'm like, I got to cycle.
Well, that's how I feel too, Vlad, because you know what? When I come here, I'm just comfy. It's like loungewear. But let me tell you what happened today when I got to your house, Vladimir.
Okay, you going to tell them the story?
I just fell flat on my back/behind/knee because I got 2 boo-boos on my knee. I know. Thank God Wallace came too because he helped me up. And he said it too. We parked the car and it's icy. It's winter. It's winter in Massachusetts.
It's winter season, y'all.
Yes. And Wallace said, he's like, be careful when you get out of the car. There's ice. And I was like, oh, I got it. As soon as I put my foot on the concrete, I did not have it, Vlad.
Oh, my God.
I slipped and then fell on my back and then slid.
Oh, so you slid down? That's a bit worse.
I slid down like it was intentional. Like, look at ice. Whee! I broke my nail. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, you broke your nail on
I did. I mean, I have short nails. I haven't done them in a long time. But I did. I know. Que miseria. But yeah, so what a great day to start our recording.
Yeah, I mean, you started with
I woke up with a bang today. I started with a bang.
Now, I got a serious question, though. Did the ice beneath you, did it melt? Did it crack?
You gave me hemp balm.
Hemp balm, yo, that junk works, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
not sponsored, just use it.
Not sponsored, but if you, because those of y'all know I got back issues.
Mm-hmm.
I slapped some of that on me one day when I was in a lot of pain, and I'm telling you, sis, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited that, and then just go to bed because
Oh man,
I know.
I can't remember the last time I felt like that.
I might even take a gummy, one of the extra special ones.
Take the ones I got. You need to take the I can't remember the name of the brand right off the top of my head.
The CBD ones.
It's got like 25 milligrams of CBD. That joint,
just to knock me out so I don't feel it. But yeah. So that happened. Something else that happened. Alana turned 6.
Hey, oh yeah, we were there. We Friendlies.
Yeah, we went to her favorite restaurant, Friendlies. We went to a Santa breakfast. And then we went not ice skating. We went regular skating, but more for Aria. Alana didn't skate. She just wanted to go. But yeah, so it was very sweet. Her golden birthday. We decorated the house with golden things and her big balloon.
Now, for those who don't know what a golden birthday is and who may get it misconstrued with some fringe stuff out there, why don't you explain?
Oh, okay. So a golden birthday is when you turn the age of your birth date. So Alana turned 6 on the 6th. If your birthday's on the 27th and you turn 27, that's your golden birthday. I had mine when I turned 22 because I'm on the 22nd. You had yours when you were 4 years old, so you don't probably remember that.
I don't get it.
Or didn't celebrate or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so it was her golden birthday. And Golden with K-Pop Demon Hunters is out. So it was like a big deal for her. Like, I'm golden on my golden birthday.
Yeah. Forgive me. I am
It's
not
because you have a
this
boy.
K-pop.
I know.
Is K-pop geared towards girls? Is that what it is?
No, it's not. But it's 3 girls that are singers and they're demon hunters. So I don't know if Lito would be into girls singing and killing demons. It was too scary. So the movie was it's a movie on Netflix. The movie was too scary for Arya because there are like monsters, and Alana was chilling until the main character, the premise is the main character loses her voice, and that was too scary for Alana.
Does she get like a demon voice or something?
No, she just can't sing because the thing is they sing to kind of like close off the, what is it called?
The portal?
Yeah, like the portal. Yeah. So they have to sing, and her voice starts leaving. And Alana was like, "Mommy, that's too scary," because my girl be singing, her and her daddy.
Oh, so
she was like, "That's too scary." So like we've never finished the movie. Wallace and I finished it because I was like, I want to know what happens. But the girls have never finished the movie. We just listen to the soundtrack all the time.
Hey,
it's a really great soundtrack.
Let us know in the comment section if you watch K-pop.
I know that they have, and your kids. If you don't have kids, some child in your life, or just you, because you know that it was a good time. It's a really good movie.
All right. So when you were giving me a ride home yesterday, were you playing Demon Hunter?
No, we were listening to Wicked. Vlad, I need you to educate yourself.
Nah, man. I don't know.
Not Vlad thinking Wicked is K-pop Demon Hunters in the car. No, that was the Wicked soundtrack, Vlad.
Listen, I know. Maybe it's because I'm a boy dad. I mean, I am up to my ears and eyeballs in everything Baby Shark.
Yeah.
And everything Coco Bee, which I don't.
Coco Lemon?
No.
Oh, yeah, I don't like cocoa.
No. We don't know. No, there's no cocoa lemon. There's no coconuts in our house.
Yeah.
There's some lemons in our house, but there ain't no cocoa lemons in our house, okay? Yeah, I just can't keep up. I can only focus on 3 or 4 catalogs of songs that'll drive me crazy.
Yeah, so we're big into Disney, any kind of musical. I mean, we do a lot of soundtracks. So,
Sure,
yeah. And then now Alana's into Wicked. So she wants to watch the movie. She wants to sing the songs. She'll come in and she's like that she's Glinda and I'm Elphaba because she just wants to be pink. He don't even know what I'm talking about. He literally thought the Wicked soundtrack was K-pop Demon Hunters. Not the same. Not the same. But yeah, so Alana had a great birthday, and something else I wanted to share with you, Vlad.
Yeah.
So Alana got a lot of great gifts for her birthday. Her friends really came through. She got a whole bunch of Marie from the Aristocats because that's her favorite.
That's cute.
She's prissy like the white cat from Aristocats. But something that she got that I was like really touched by was her best friend Tegan. Shout out Tegan. Shout out Aaron and Brian. They've raised great children. Tag team, baby. But Brian, he's Italian, and he heard that Alana at school she loves school lunch, but she really loved meatball subs to the point where she was like, "Mommy, why don't you ever make meatball subs?" And I'm like, "Alana, we don't eat meatball subs." I was like, "I'll make you albondigas, like regular meatballs, like with, rice and beans or spaghetti or whatever, but not like a meatball sub." And I was like, "Oh, I'll make it for you at some point." Out of my mind, right? Brian made her homemade meatballs and sauce for her birthday. And Alana was so excited. And then she had meatball sub for dinner on Saturday and Sunday. And it was just kind of like, wow, when it's like to be loved the way you want to be loved and like getting a gift that you actually would appreciate and care for. I was boohoo crying for someone to love my baby in that way, And I was just like, wow, that's so sweet. And then I was thinking, I was like, wow, you can just tie that action back to just like regular life relationships, community. Because it's like, if you just give your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, just something that they do not want or even care about, like, are you even paying attention?
I mean, does that happen?
I believe so. Just because like, oh, you're a girl, let me get you a purse. Like, girls like purses. And it's like, what if I don't even carry a purse? I don't carry a purse.
You think that happens, though, with married couples? Like, you think that people who are married and have known each other for a number of years would really just get generic gifts like that?
I do think so.
Oh, wow.
I do think so. And it's like you're not paying attention. But we hear it all the time. I feel like, especially women, feel like they're not paid attention to. It's like, oh, you're a mom. You want to get away or something. It's like very like, oh, put me in a bubble. But it's like we have so many layers.
Yeah.
Who would think to get a 6-year-old meatballs but but it's like that's what she likes.
It's the bare necessity.
You know what I mean? That's what she likes.
Shout out to Dizzy right there, Jungle Book.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I've never actually seen the movie.
You've never seen Jungle Book, Vlad?
No, I only had to sing along with VHS.
This episode is turning into like very ADHD because I feel like we've covered so many topics and not even
already,
and not even in 5 minutes.
See y'all later.
That's it. We did it. But wow, you've never seen Jungle Book.
Listen, I always tell people this. When you ask me what I've seen, things that we should have seen in the 90s were dictated by what my dad found at the yard sale.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, so I have seen Aladdin a gajillion
because you had the tape.
Because I had the tape. I've seen that episode of Barney in the Castle a gajillion times because we had the tape and the tape was white. And remember how the VHSs sometimes would come in different colors? And I remember, I'm like, this is so magical and special. And a lot of the things I've been revisiting as a kid that I liked as a kid with Lito, and realize like, I'm gonna relive that nostalgia and that magic. It's gonna be just as magical. But now I'm an adult and it's like, I like this. This is stupid. But when I was a kid, it was everything. So I think it's just more so, to your point, whether it's Demon Hunters or Baby Shark or Coco Bee or Coco Melon, don't do Coco Melon.
No.
Or whatever it is. If you love your kids and you meet them where they are, it's same thing you can do. You can apply that for your friends and family.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Dang, I was going to say something to you. I think it was about Demon Hunters. No.
You slay some demons lately?
No, I haven't slayed any demons.
Slay queen, slay them demons.
No, not slay any demons.
But you know what? That actually brings up a good point. One thing I want to do before we get into our topics for today. So you can slay some Baby Shark or some meatballs, but what I need you to do is slay that subscribe button. Yeah. Subscribe. And share this audio podcast as well. If you're listening, share with your circles and your network. We are going to blow this thing up in 2026 and we need your support. So let's do that. Support the channel and support this podcast. So we talk about a lot of heavy things on this podcast, and today's going to be no different. All right, but instead of a targeted, focused topic area, we're actually going to get current because I feel like a lot of times when we record things, it could be a week or 2 weeks ahead before broadcast, and things change. So we want to talk about some things that are happening right now that you're already talking about that are of really good importance, right? And or interest. And there's 3 things I want to talk about today. 3 things. The first thing is we need to talk about this Diddy documentary.
We don't, but we're gonna because Vlad's very interested in this documentary.
Listen, the documentary is, aside from 50, aside from Diddy, aside from Ja Rule for some reason who's talking shit all of a sudden. I'm like, yo, Ja, don't clap back. Time to clap back was years ago. There's just such a broader conversation to be had about the elements in that documentary. Domestic violence, coercive control. Because I made a video about this the other day, and I got a lot of feedback. And it was interesting to see how many people were in agreement with me when I displayed my disgust for the jurors and some of the things that are being said about casting the other victims that came forward. So I know you haven't seen the documentary.
And I'm not gonna. And let me tell you why. I like to protect my mind and the things that I see, and I just can't watch it. I'd rather not. Maybe it's ignorant, maybe not, but that's just how I feel. I don't want to support, and I know the support isn't going to Diddy, but I can't watch anything with abuse, like some abuser. No, thank you. I don't support him at all. I don't support anyone that was associated with him and doing all these disgusting things. I'd just rather not watch it. Or not even relive it, just live it because I wasn't there when it happened. But yeah, I don't want to expose myself to that. But what I think it's funny is freaking 50 Cent troll to the max. Number 1, I need to take that attitude into 2026, not give an F. That's what I need to do.
Well, a lot of people are giving 50 flack about exposing Diddy. Was it who was it? Marlon.
Oh, yeah, Marlon Wayans, yeah.
Marlon Wayans weighed in, no pun intended, on 50 producing or co-producing this documentary, saying that karma's going to catch up to him.
And it's like, why are you defending this dude? Not 50 Cent, but Diddy. It's like, okay, he's going after Diddy who did a bad thing. Why do you care?
Well, I think earlier today I saw that Cedric the Entertainer, I think, jumped on the bandwagon, and everybody's like, "Oh, why you with Diddy? You kicking people when they're down?" Let's talk about
kick his ass when he's down. He did about like I don't get it. Like, where is your line then? Because it's like, are we not to expose these people? Is it not as bad because what? Cassie was an adult? Like, it's still bad. And it was just so much. No, who cares? It should be exposed. Maybe not in the best avenue on Netflix because it is for money. Like, if you wanted just to do it to expose them, you wouldn't have done it in such a big platform like Netflix. But maybe that's the point. Then it's like, you do shit like this is what's going to happen.
Well, and to add to that, this is not even the first documentary to expose. A lot of the information in that documentary was not new.
Right.
It was there was
just put it all together.
Yeah. Well, we heard from some of the jurors, which I'm going to comment on in a second. But everything else in there was already there. I think what was more alarming in that documentary was how the producer connected the timeline of events.
Oh, okay.
There was that. So I don't know if you even know about this, but years ago, when Puff was first starting out, and he was trying to get, I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was just trying to be the best.
Yeah, he owes a lot of people money.
He owes a lot of people money. So there was this event that was happening in New York, and it was like a basketball event, and he overbooked it. And so, and there was not adequate security. So people were they were already at capacity. People bum rushed the door, and I think something of like 9 or 10 people were either dozens of people were injured, but I think people. I don't know. I don't remember how many people off the top of my head, but people died. People died. People were trampled to death, and he got off scot-free with it. He made an apology. He was like, "We may make sure this never happens again."
Well, then that's the karma. Then I know people are like, "Oh, 50 karma." No. What?
Well,
it's like, I feel like we're blaming the wrong people and caring about this guy that we shouldn't care. Like, why do we care if he's in jail or not? Like, people are so upset at 50 for making this or putting all the information together. Are we not as equally or even more upset at Diddy for doing all of this?
Hey everybody, it's your boy Vlad the Bull, your #1 embrace coach. Listen, I know that you are enjoying this Roots and Rhythm podcast episode, but I want to take a minute to talk to my fellas. Let's talk energy and vitality. If you've been feeling low, sluggish, or not quite yourself in the bedroom, it's time to check out the Natural E-Man. It's a powerful, all-natural men's supplement created by a good brother I trust, Dr. Quentin Cancel, someone I met in my men's group who's all about holistic health and real results. Trust me, I've seen the impact firsthand. So if you're ready to level up your energy, confidence, and performance, visit naturaleman.com and feel the difference. That's naturaleman.com. The link's in the show notes. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
Well, there's a broader conversation to be had, especially in the Black community, about our idols and what happens when our idols are exposed as being flawed or just downright abusive. And I believe it stems from years, decades, this country's very complicated history with race, depiction of Black men,
right,
and demonization of Black bodies, Black voices, Black success, Black achievements. And so, yeah, if somebody tells you somebody that you've idolized, like Puff, Diddy, Patty, Puffy, Love, whatever his name is, for years, if you tell me now that this man is an abuser, he's a monster, he's done monstrous things to people, your natural inclination is going to be, no, that's not true. It has to be a conspiracy. One of my favorite ones was, well, Diddy was getting ready to buy BET, or he was trying to buy BET. Something similar was said about Bill Cosby.
I was going to say, Bill Cosby.
R. Kelly as well. I'm like, maybe sometimes there is a conspiracy. It's not like the United States. It's not like, and I'm not saying like the United States is whole, like it's not everybody's fault, but it's not like there hasn't been a storied history of conspiracy, like the Tuskegee experiment, so on and so forth. But ain't no conspiracy.
No. Do you think too, Vlad, because maybe I'm not remembering this, but when the whole Bill Cosby thing happened, I don't think, and I don't want to say the country's divided over Diddy, but I don't think there was this much like defending of Bill Cosby as there is for Diddy. There was?
Oh, there was. And
okay.
There still is. As a matter of fact, in my comments section, there were at least 2 or 3 people that said, because I liken this situation to Diddy, to Bill Cosby, and there were older black women actually.
Oh.
And they were like, don't bring Bill Cosby into this.
Oh, God.
I'm like, why not?
Because I love him.
Why can't we talk about Bill Cosby and his pudding? Why can't we talk about that?
Yeah.
Why can't I talk about Diddy? Why can't I talk about R. Kelly? People are like, oh, well, people just let their girls go with R. Kelly and they knew what they were doing. They're trying to get fame, and these was young girls that were sexual and they wanted to.
So because their parents allowed that, now it's the girl's fault.
So
like they were underage.
The victim shaming is so sick.
Yes.
Imagine being so depraved as a society that you blame the victims for being assaulted. Not to mention the fact that teenagers cannot consent for sex, and people cannot consent to be sexually assaulted. When people were talking about Cassie in this situation, one of the most common responses I've seen in opposition of the witnesses is, well, if Cassie had it so bad, then why would she go back? Do you not understand what coercive control is? It is deeply psychological, more so than it ever is physical. We all saw the video of Cassie being beaten and dragged by this man. And one thing I mentioned in my video, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
I was going to say, Vlad, share your handle so they can go find it.
Yeah, find me on Vlad Lusant Speaks, TikTok. I made a video about this. And I was going somewhere. Where was I going with that?
In the comment section about Cassie being dragged.
Yeah, it's almost like people forgot that she was abused. But there are people who are saying, well, she liked it. She wanted to go back. She wanted to be. And it actually hurts. It hurts. Being a child who grew up witnessing domestic violence for 10 years. Everything looks different. And if you are not in the situation, it is so easy to sit back on your armchair and quarterback and say, well, this person could have left. Couldn't be me. That's another one I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Could never be me. I would never let somebody abuse me.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I don't think anybody woke up or ever projected their life and thought, I'm going to get into a relationship with somebody who's going to harm me and it is going to be difficult to leave. Yeah. There are multitudes of reasons why people don't leave. But what it does to somebody psychologically, think about it, what it was in slavery. Right? Which is another conversation that we'll have another day about corporal punishment, which I also made a video about. But until you understand the psychological implications of abuse, you cannot discredit or shame victims for coming forth and seeking justice. There is really, in my mind, Angie, there's nothing really to argue. The man was wrong. He was abusive.
Facts.
He lied to people. He manipulated them. He used them. He abused them. He drugged them. He robbed them. Like, did he die? Here's a crazy thing. And I didn't realize when Biggie died, Puff made Biggie pay for his own funeral. And
it's like there's no shame. He has no shame.
And connecting those dots between Biggie and Tupac, you know, I started off the video by saying that Diddy, you have to give him credit for elevating the culture. But then I had to take a step back and I was like, did he really elevate the culture, though, if he took 2 of our biggest icons from us? Biggie and Pac didn't even have issues.
Yeah.
Until Biggie, because Puff didn't like the relationship that Big and Puff had, that Puff and Tupac had.
Right.
And so he started to drive a wedge into that. And it's just, it's sick. But we can argue about Puff and hip hop and all that shit, but there's no excuse for victim shaming, man.
No, not at all. And I think a lot of us, when we're younger and don't understand or have that experience, I was one of those people when I was younger that was like, well, why didn't they just leave? Like, I would never, to your point, I would never be in a relationship like that. And it's because I had never experienced it in my house or anything like that. Like, my dad was verbally abusive. Like, he'd yell and do stuff, but he never touched my mom in any way. Like, you know, so I never saw that firsthand. So in my mind, I'm like, well, why would somebody stay like that? You know what I mean?
Did you know, though, that verbal abuse is domestic violence?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not know that. I'm thinking just physical pain type, you know, grabbing and stuff like that.
That's what I thought for many years. And I didn't think, okay, well, that's not domestic violence because my parents only got physical once. But that's not domestic violence, but we've broadened our definition, just like we've broadened the criteria or the diagnostic criteria for autism, for screening for autism and ADHD. You know, the argument that, well, everybody's autistic now, everybody's has ADHD now, and all these, and we're over prescribing, we're over pathologizing or pathologizing these diseases or disorders. It's like, no, that's actually not. There's not an uptick. It's not because people are eating Skittles that they have autism.
Yeah,
it's just that,
red dye 40.
Yeah, like, for God's sakes, it's just we get better at being able to analyze what's in front of us. That's what we should aim for in a society. So similarly, for domestic violence, before it was, if you're not hit,
right, it's not violence.
Yeah, and I was, and remind you, I was a police officer. So when I've responded to, at least a handful of domestic violence calls, and when you're looking for an aggressor, you're not looking for those signs of emotional manipulation. You're not looking for those signs of degradation. You're just looking at somebody like, who hit who.
Right.
It's deeper than that. And so, for many years, we missed out on dangerous situations at home because we assume that if we can't see the scars, that it's not happening. But it is.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like there's levels, and then it can get to that point, like it escalates, right? So it's like it starts like that. So I guess that's why they broadened it, because that is how it starts. No one just wakes up, you never get yelled at, and then you get hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's that escalation. But yeah, that's new to me, Vlad. I did not know that, and I guess there was domestic violence, I guess, in the house, or what? I don't even know. But no physical violence. So that I was one of those people when I was like in my teens and early 20s, like, oh, why don't they just leave? Like, oh, they want to stay in that, but it's not the case. You know, it goes deeper than that.
Yeah, and here's the definition of domestic violence, right? It's the mistreatment of a family member or an intimate partner by another. And the abuse can be physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, and psychological. But most often the persons who abuse are men. Yeah. Right? Now, does that mean that women aren't?
Oh, no, no. Well, now that we know, it's like, well, I knew the psychological part, but now the yelling, I'm sure that people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, and kind of like think back or realize that maybe they're in a abusive relationship because, okay, they didn't hurt me physically, strike me, but I am, experiencing those other things.
Yeah, and and one last piece I want to add to this Diddy conversation where we're talking about domestic violence is, again, and if you don't know what you're looking at, it's easy to make distinctions. There was a point. Did you see that video with Cassie and him in the hotel lobby?
No.
I'm assuming you didn't.
No.
And if you don't want to watch it, then
I don't. But I've heard that it's very violent. I could only imagine. I mean, I've obviously seen stuff like this in movies, and I know this is real life, not movies. But yeah, yikes!
It's very difficult to watch.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say: there's a point. If you freeze frame, Cassie was trying to get away from Diddy, and he was pursuing her, and he, if you've ever seen somebody who's about to buck and swing, that's what's happening. Yeah. You can see him he was just making this face like, and when I froze that frame, I was triggered. Oh, yikes. Because that face, that enraged face, like this, it's almost like this visceral, sinister look of rage, uncontrollable rage. This man is out of control. He is in a feral state. That is exactly the same look that my father would have on his face when he would come back from next door and that temporal vein was popping and something was about to pop off. When he was arguing with my mom, I mean, it was scary stuff. Yeah. And so to see that video and to be brought back to that time, and then to read these comments where people are saying things like, well, it was a freak off and you signed up for this. And she kept coming back, so the abuse couldn't be that bad. One of the jurors is this older Indian guy, and he said, I just saw it as a story of passionate love. And these two people just kept going back and forth because they really loved each other. And I'm like, oh my God. What? That is like the worst take on it I've ever seen in my life. And then there's another juror in there who said, well, I didn't really watch Diddy or listen to him growing up. But when I saw him in the courtroom and he was looking at us, and the defense would say things, the prosecution would say things that I didn't agree with, and then Diddy would look at me and be like, I was like, witness tampering? What are we doing here?
What is happening?
And she said, oh my God, like, I can't believe it's Diddy. Like, I did listen to his music. So I'm like, now I understand why the racketeering and some of the more serious felonies were dismissed, or he was acquitted of. Yeah. But let's. Boy, I ain't talking to you. I'm gonna watch trying to get in on this.
Right.
So
watch the documentary.
He watched the documentary. Siri watched the documentary. He's like, hey yo, bruh, hey yo, let me get in on this. So I mean, that's the last thing I'm gonna say is that the scope of domestic violence and abuse is far larger,
right,
and deeply impactful than we think. And just and again, we saw. Most of us saw the video. That would give me license to believe that this man is capable of worse, right?
You would think. And that's why I kind of, and maybe some lawyer people can weigh in. Because sometimes I feel like these cases, it's like all the facts are there, but it's like, proven by like a reasonable doubt or whatever. But it's like, it's on tape, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know that they have to do their due diligence and da-da-da, like maybe the tape was tampered, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, sometimes it's like so clear, but they still don't get, thankfully he is going to jail for some time. But
4 years.
Right. What is that though? Like, that's nothing.
For him? I mean, he's up in there city and debt, can't stop, won't stop. I mean, it's going to be a drop in the bucket for him.
Yeah. And
think about it. Like, a lot, the witnesses were saying that this dude was putting hits out on people. He was powerful. If these people would have come out before and said, hey, look, one of the most powerful men in the entertainment industry has abused me. He drugged me. He assaulted me. Him? Nah. He's about to name himself Love. What are you talking about?
Yeah, facts.
So I'm like, come on, man. And if you expect an abuser to admit that they're an abuser, then you're just dense, okay? Like, this just doesn't happen.
No, and apparently he's still very charismatic over here looking at the jurors and winking and making faces. Like, he has no shame, Vlad. At the end of the day, he's not sorry for what he did. Nope. He could give two Fs about what he did. He's just, walking along, doing the same thing. He's going to do the same thing as soon as he leaves.
Oh, yeah. And he's definitely going to get revenge. And I'll tell you one thing, and this is the last thing I'll say about this. There was a portion, because I think what Diddy and his estate, they're angry about is that there was footage of him. He was filming himself. This dude filmed himself all the time for some reason. That's just how much he loves himself. But there was footage of him that he was filming himself leading up to the days of his arrest when the indictments were coming out and the charges and so he was in a hotel, and there's this look on his face when he was talking to his attorney, and he was calling people, trying to get them to say things on his behalf, make statements. Members of Dirty Money and other people and his lawyers, and he had this look on his face like an animal that was like backed into a corner, and he knew his time was coming. He wasn't remorseful for what he did. He wasn't even denying that he did anything. He was just saying, I need this to go away. If you still believe that this man did not harm anybody, or that this is some big conspiracy because he's a successful black man, then I encourage you to do some soul searching. Soul searching, unfollow, please don't. I don't want to hear from you. Yeah, okay. So we can't be friends. So if you haven't seen it, I caution you. There is some triggering things. Yeah, I would not watch it alone if this is a difficult topic for you. But let's educate ourselves about the topic matter before we start making distinctions, because social media is ruining all of our critical thinking skills. And take it out of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your media these days. Unfortunately, people get news from social media. Get your head out of the clouds and get it back in some books. Right. That's all I got to say. Yeah, books, educate yourself, and also talk to people in your life. Like, I'm sure that there's women or men in your life that have gone through this, and you over here defending an abuser is going to trigger them. You know what I mean? So it's like, get the education that you need to get and talk to the people in your life so you can know what it would feel like to be in those situations. If they're ready to talk to you about it. But yeah, have some compassion. Have some compassion, right? Yeah. So that's enough about this. So that was another thing. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. There's lots of commentaries on there, but make your own conclusion. based on the information that you
I will say, you were talking about social media, Vlad, not to lighten the mood, but let's lighten it.
Let's lighten it.
I've seen the funniest reels.
Wait, were you talking about 50?
About 50, just about like Diddy and like how he's just dancing in the jail, like you said, like he's gonna dance in hell because that's where he's going. Like, just people are so unserious sometimes that's what I need sometimes in life, because you know life is hard and the shit out here is just getting worse.
Yeah,
but y'all content creators are so funny with these reels, man.
Yeah, my favorite one is they dress up like Diddy did. I don't remember what award show it was with the MTV Awards.
Oh, the all white
song with the all white. And he's just dancing around like, did he dancing around after he made Biggie pay for his own funeral?
Oh Lord!
And honestly, I can't listen to his music anymore.
No.
And I wasn't one of those. I used to be a staunch advocate of you can separate.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Wallace and I have that conversation all the time. I cannot. Same thing with like R. Kelly, or I just should say Robert Kelly. I cannot. Robert. And it sucks because there were some bangers.
Like Step in the Name of Love.
Can't do it.
Was at every black wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby was in every black household.
I Believe I Can Fly was at every elementary graduation.
Yeah, we sang that song when Jeffrey Curley was killed at our school.
Oh.
Like, it was, these people contributed to our lives. They were part of our lives. It is hard for you to fathom and reckon with the idea that somebody that you respected and trusted with your emotions and some of the most difficult periods of your life that they got you through could let you down.
Yeah.
But they can.
They're only
because
human.
they're human. And I said it before and I'll say it again. Power corrupts. And unchecked power corrupts absolutely. Right? So that's that. But after that, you brought to my attention this business about, because we're talking about 50.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Ja Rule for some reason.
Yeah, and then, so you said Ja Rule, and then you mentioned Nelly, and then I was telling you about Nelly and Ashanti and how I found out through one of my
I didn't even know they had a show.
I didn't know they had a show either, but in one of my group texts that we have with my sorority sisters, they were talking about how Nelly sucks, and he said he's never changing a diaper or hanging with his kid until the kid can walk and talk. And I was like, what?
All right, for those of you who haven't seen it, man, we're gonna, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can find the clip. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip here and maybe play it for you guys, because this shit is crazy. It is crazy. Listen, man.
So he didn't believe me. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. But he literally said it on his show. Like, out in the open, they have a show on Peacock or whatever. And Vlad was like, well, I'm very happy for them. They're like older. They have a kid now. And I'm like, but he ain't hanging out with his kid, Vlad, until he could walk and talk, which is so dumb.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, if you knew that, then why wouldn't you just adopt an older child? Why even make a child at all? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's bizarre. So it's like you're just there. Oh, and then the line that he said, he was like, oh, y'all really be waking up in the middle of the night like that? I just heard about it. I didn't know it was real. What? So you think this baby is going to come out of Ashanti and just be self-sufficient? Like, oh, I'm going to sleep 12 hours a day and I'm just going to get my own bottle and do my own thing.
Well, apparently he apologized for it. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip here. Here we go. Yeah, so check out this clip. Then the clip will go here. But yo, dude, this is crazy. This is just insane. I mean, and look, fellas, I'm talking to y'all right now.
Oh, zoom in on your face, Vlad.
If your homie is saying some crazy crap to you, like, I'm not changing diapers, you need to put homie in check. And
ladies, if he says that, run. I just don't understand that.
It's one thing if it's well understood that in order for you to contribute to the household, in order for your part, if we're dependent on your income, then you have to be away from the house. We obviously know that.
Well, if you're away from the house, you can't change a diaper.
Yeah.
But if you're at the house and you see that I'm sleep deprived because I am the one waking up because you do leave the house to go to work,
right?
Change a diaper and let me rest. Then it's like, do you even love this person you had a baby with? That's my biggest question. Do you actually love them? And I know their situation is different because they can afford help, and I'm sure Ashanti's getting her sleep. You know, I'm not taking away from that. But in regular, degular, schmegular America, no. Change a diaper, bro.
Let me ask, do you like Ashanti's music?
She's okay.
Are you an Ashanti fan?
I'm not a fan. Back in the day, yes. Shout out to Emmy and her crinkle ponytail, because my sister, every morning, she had on her crinkle ponytail. Okay.
What was your all right? If you had to choose your top Ashanti song.
I don't have a top Ashanti song.
All right,
I'm not a fan, but I'm not a hater. Clearly, she's talented if she's out here.
If you were being tortured, you had a choice between. And they said, we're going to torture you. You're going to sit in this room with your hands strapped to your head, and the only thing you can listen to is Ashanti, but we'll let you choose the song. What song would it be?
Name some songs of hers. I can't think off the top of my head, Vlad.
What?
I can't.
Foolish?
Oh, I guess.
The Biggie joint?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I guess that. Yeah, sure.
Or, I've been waiting for you. I don't know.
Vlad, literally not a fan. Like I already told you.
What about Ja Rule?
Tampoco.
I was a big Ja Rule fan because I grew up. I was a kid listening to Ja Rule. They were baby say yeah, or baby girl put it on, man.
Well, yeah, it was Ja Rule and Ashanti. They did either one song or a couple songs together.
They did a couple songs together. They did Down Ass Chick. Mm-hmm. They did Always on Time.
Oh, Always on Time was a hit.
That was like on the radio all the time. Always on Time. They did what's that song? Love it when you look at me, baby.
Because wasn't she under his record label?
Yeah, Murder Inc. Yeah, Irv Gotti, all them. Rest in peace. Irv Gotti, I think he passed away, right?
I don't know. Again, not a fan.
Anywho, so that is who we talking about. Nelly, obviously, at that time was coming out with Country Grammar. I remember listening to Country Grammar on the school bus going to school. And I loved me some Nelly too. So I like the dude. I like
and Air Force Ones. That's another song.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't have my first pair of Air Force Ones until like maybe 10 years after that song came out.
Yeah.
But still.
Well, shout out to my daddy, because we always got 2 pairs of shoes for back to school, black and white, and they were usually Air Force Ones or Reebok Classics.
Nah, man. I got Air Force Ones in like college. College. I couldn't afford it, man. But it is what it is. But we would love to hear what you guys think about this, fellas and ladies, in the comments. It's not actually...
Are y'all changing diapers out here? Please say yes.
Are fathers changing diapers in 2025? Is it necessary? Is it my role? Because, listen, I've talked to men that said, that is not my role. That is a woman's job. That is a mother's job to change diapers, which I vehemently disagree with.
I would hope that any man that I come in contact with that is in my life in some way, shape, or form, or in my children's life in one way, shape, or form, is changing diapers out here when necessary. Because what are you telling me right now, Vlad?
Listen, man, I don't get it. It could never be me, right? I know I just demonized half the people that were saying, could never be me. But but it could never be me, because once Letho was born, I was on.
Facts. And I will say, I've heard this, and I have a few friends whose husbands I'm not friends with.
Who's what?
Husbands I'm not friends with. So I have
said
a few friends.
Husbands.
No, I have a few friends whose husbands I'm not friends with.
Okay.
But they've told me that their husbands, when they had daughters, were like, I'm not changing a diaper because, And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, I've never met a man that said, I don't know what it's like to change diapers. I don't know how to change a diaper. Who's a father? I'm like, if you got multiple kids, that's kind of hard to believe.
Right. And I get it. Like, if you decided to get married and you have a kid and you have no experience, then it's like, it's like a learning curve. So it's like, I'm not saying be the best diaper changer out here in the world, but at least try. Shit, what the fuck? Kids. There's so many diapers. I really am. And I try not to cuss, but that just required that, because how can you decide to have kids and then tell your wife, unless, again, you're offering all this support and someone to assist her, that you're not going to change a diaper?
What would you say to Wallace if you had Alana? We all know the Alana story, how our beautiful 6-year-old came into the world. But she was born and Wallace was like, Angie, I'm so happy, but I'm not changing diapers, just so you know.
And let me tell you, I just recently said, couldn't be me, right? That I stopped saying that? No, but I definitely say that when it comes to fathering. Couldn't be me. Like, and again, if Wallace told me that, it's like, you don't love me.
So
literally.
In the clip, Nelly was saying that he is telling Ashanti that, hey, listen, this is your time. Once he can walk and talk and ask to go to the bathroom,
he'll hang out with me and the boys.
Then he'll hang out with me and the crew. So I'm like, do you just need a buddy or are you a father? And again, I think everybody's going to have an opinion about this, but there are no gender roles when it comes to a newborn.
No.
If you are here and you have two hands, you are changing a diaper, or you should be. And I don't know what Nellie's hang up is.
I really don't know either, Vlad, because again, to your point, when you have a newborn, it's all hands on deck. And I understand if...
And toes.
Right. If you're breastfeeding, obviously the baby's going to be with you more. So that's an even bigger reason why you should change the diapers. My energy is depleted out here, you know? And if it's, if you're using formula, which is totally fine too, we're taking turns giving the bottle, we're taking turns changing diapers. There's no reason why a mother who has a able-bodied active father in the house should not be participating in everything that it entails to have a kid. And again, if you travel for work, you obviously can't do it when you're gone, but when you're home, you should be home doing these things. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you don't, do you even love this person? Why did you marry them, have a kid with them, waste their time? Because literally what it is a waste of time.
Well, actually, I want to bring some stats into this because you know I love data numbers. So according to Pew Research, today's fathers are millennial fathers. Shout out to millennials. If you're a millennial, put it in the chat, boy. Yeah, watch.
Drop an M in the chat.
Drop an M in the chat if you're a millennial. If you're a Gen Xer, put an X emoji right there with that. If you're a boomer, just put an explosion emoji. Boom. But if you're Gen Z, put a Z, whatever. Like we represent him. But today's fathers, especially millennials, are significantly more involved. As a matter of fact, they're spending triple the time on childcare, changing diapers. Only 3% of fathers avoid diapers now.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
43% in 1982, which was not that long ago, and handling household tasks. I mean, honestly, I'm not shocked that there's significantly more fathers doing active household.
I mean, we see it.
I'm more shocked that 43% in 1982 didn't want to change diapers. I'm like,
that seemed a little low to me.
Actually, yeah. Hey, I don't know. It might be higher. Like I said, the fathers in my life are very active.
Yes.
I want to shout out my boy Kevin Jean. I met him in college with his wife. We all met together. We were in a small liberal arts college called LaSalle College at that time. It is now LaSalle University, and this is in Newton. And if you're not familiar with Massachusetts, Newton is a very wealthy suburb. Maybe 30 minutes outside of Boston. And it has always inspired me. He became a father like a whole decade before I did.
Oh, wow.
Like his oldest child is 4. He's about to turn 12, which is
crazy. That's young to start having kids. I mean, for like our friends.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when my friend Raina was pregnant when Julie and I just met. I had introduced them to Julie at their cookout when I found out that she was pregnant.
Wow.
And I was really excited for them. And it just amazes me how great of a father he is. And I'm not just tooting his horn because he's my friend, but like he is a really, really good father.
No, we have to give people their flowers, Vlad. Yeah. Okay? Give him his flowers.
Patient,
yep.
Active. And he went to school for adapted phys ed and all that. So like he's really good with kids with different developmental disorders and all that. But he's just such a phenomenal dude. So Kevin, if you're watching, bro, I love you and thank you for setting a great example because like I said, I was watching it a whole decade before I had my son. And guess who the first person I was calling when Lee was born? I'm talking to Kevin Jean. I was talking to him a couple weeks ago. I said, "Hey, yo, Kevin, can you break down potty training for me? Yeah. What worked for you?" Because I know.
Do they have just one son?
They got 2.
Okay.
Their first is Kai, and Cam is their second born, my godson, and I think he's turning 6. Oh, gee, I think he just turned 6. Yeah.
Like Alana.
Yeah, man. Or 5. No, I think it's 6. Yeah, it is wild. Time goes by very quickly. But anyway, I bring up Kevin Jean to say, fathers should strive to be active participants in the child rearing. Because here's the thing. Your kid's not going to be in diapers forever.
No.
And there's, I think it was my men's coach, I think it was Myron Edmonds who said, changing diapers is more than you just getting elbow deep or knee deep in poop and filth. It is an intimate act of service that you are providing for your child. Your child is looking, and this is what is crazy. He said to me, when you are changing your diaper, your child is looking up to you. He's looking up to you. Your child is looking up to you, changing their diapers. So for you, you might just be like, I can't stand taking this time. I'm like pooping my fingernails and I gotta. But yo, bro, like, and he might not be able to say it. She might not be able to say it. But this is an intimate act of service. Like, that is love for them. So for me, why would you pass that up? Because he's not gonna be in diapers forever. One day, our children are gonna be up and walking, and they're gonna be like, "Bye, mom. Bye, dad. I'm going out with my friends." And you're gonna wish that they asked you to change their diaper. So
yeah, or ask for anything. Honestly, anything, yeah.
You know, like right now, Lito's saying stuff like, "No, dad, I want to walk." No, dad, I want to do it myself. I'm like, no, you don't, man. You just not ready. Because you want them to grow up and be independent. You want to see what their personalities are like. But I don't know. I'll speak for myself. But I also want to be his father.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to do those things. I want to kiss his boo-boos. I want to give him hugs and kisses. And I love him, my boy. And, you know, I'm not saying that Nelly doesn't care about his kid.
No. And that's the thing. We obviously know he cares about his kid. It's like, be of service to your spouse. And again, I know that they have help. I'm sure she doesn't care if he does it or not.
Well, she does.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah,
Yeah.
At least a little bit more involved, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, just be there, to your point, for your kid. Like, your kid still needs FaceTime with you. Like, that's how they learn facial expressions. That's how they learn speech. They learn everything because we do stuff with them. But something that Wallace likes to say when, you know, because since I am more, what did you call it, Vlad, the other day when I was like, oh, solo parenting, but you're like...
parenting apart.
Parenting apart. Yeah. We parent apart a lot for Wallace's work. So when I'm there and I'm like, oh, I have to do this. And then when Wallace is home, he's like, no, I get to do this. Like, wow. You know, he like values that time that he gets to spend with the girls. And he's very intentional with that time because he feels like he gets to do this. A lot of people wish that they could do this. And I think we have to think about that too sometimes, when it's like, dang, when you're in the trenches and you're like, you know, because sometimes it is very hard and when everything is on you. But yeah, we get to do this work and be parents to our kids.
Yeah, and that's an important distinction to make, not just for parenting, but for anything. I have to go do this yard work. No, I get to do this yard work.
Yeah, you have a home.
Like, I have a home. I have to cook. No, I get to cook. People are starving around the world. I have to go to this party. No, I get to go to this party. I get to see my friends. I get to spend time with people that I love and care about. We're talking about coercive control and domestic violence. There are people who are in relationships where they're not allowed to socialize with their friends. There are people who are perpetually stuck in a cycle of poverty and may never see a home with grass. So... And there are people who are dying to have children who cannot have them, who would sacrifice anything they could to be for the opportunity to change a diaper. So, yo, bro, enjoy. My man Nelly, if you watching, man, I love you, dog. I love
Hit the subscribe button, Nelly.
Yo, Nelly, hit the subscribe button. Yo, look, Nelly, I love Nelly. I love his music, Country Grammar 1 and 2 and all the other. But I know what he's saying.
Right.
And when I saw Nelly talking, man, I could see that he was wrestling with his this understanding of what masculinity looks like and how it presents in fatherhood. And I don't know if I need to set the record straight, but there is nothing effeminate about being an active participant. Facts. There's nothing effeminate about getting in some diapers. Dude, there's nothing effeminate about dressing up for tea time with your daughters if they ask you to do that. Look at The Rock. The Rock lets his daughter put all sorts of makeup on him. And if you don't think that man is masculine, what's wrong with you? It's The Rock. Okay.
Well, I feel like people say that too when like a dude is really into his wife or girl and like he loves her and like does all these things like, oh, you're whipped, you're sprung. You know, it's like, oh, whatever. And it's like, literally, yeah, why not?
you ever see that reel where it's a guy with his homies, the homies are off camera, and he's like, oh man, I'm just gonna drink this water real quick, and he's like, yo, this dude likes to be healthy.
This dude likes to stay hydrated.
He's like, yo, what?
Look at him drinking that water.
It's stupid, man. It's stupid. And hey, listen, man, and that's the other thing too. You talked about men being whipped. I'm at war with mainstream masculinity right now. So there are a lot of things that if you're saying some typical stuff that men talk about, that fodder doesn't go nowhere with me. I'm just not going to entertain it. But look, if being whipped, if not wanting to go to places that would compromise my marriage, if not wanting to be around people who don't respect their women.
I'm just like waiting for you to say the thing I think you're going to say.
You already know what I'm going to say, bro. You already know what I'm going to say, man. Like, I'm not going to out nobody on this podcast.
Oh, my God.
All I got to say is
if you know what Vlad's talking about, put it in the comments.
If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, for real. Like, there are dudes out there in 2025 that think it's cool to take guys' trips where you may or may not be around a bunch of women who would make
to places that are known places that have women who are ready to throw themselves on you.
Yeah, or women that are knowingly trafficked.
Yes.
And it goes without saying, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you are a man, actually my boy Mark Tamalea, he's a speaker, and he's a phenomenal dude. If you ever meet this dude, like, he's just his energy is so good. I met him at the Men's Winning Circle conference. He shared a story about his son, and because he had lost his son.
Oh, okay.
And oh my God,
Vlad, literally throw the hat because you don't have on here.
The hat's coming off.
Vlad, I just love it that you took off the headset but kept the hat on. Like, we need the hat. We need the hat for the podcast. No, put on your headset,
Yo,
Vlad.
for those of you who are on the audio podcast, I have been jostling like this entire damn time trying to get this hat and my headphones to stick. It's just not working.
He's
today.
like, it's for the fashion. I need it for the fashion.
Nah. Yo, all right, so check this out. Mark had told me, I was talking to him and I was saying, sometimes I feel sad when I'm with my son. He's like, why? And I said, it's because I know in the back of my mind, as much as I cherish these moments with him, that they're fleeting, that they're not going to be here tomorrow. And it makes me sad to know that our relationship will change.
Right.
And it won't be like it is, And he said, listen, man, he's like, I want to push back on you on this. You don't need to do anything for your kids to love you. They just love you. That kid's going to love you. The time that you spend with him, that's going to come back. He's going to remember that. The best thing that you can do for your son in that relationship is to be of service to your wife. This is a grown man who told me this information, who's been married for way longer than I've been married, has had many more kids and life experience. And he said, the mark of you as a father is your mark as a husband. And make time and be special and be attentive to your wife. Make sure y'all are Gucci. And your relationship with your son is going to be everything.
But that makes so much sense, Vlad.
A lot of people some people disagree.
No, because think about it. If you have a son, Lido is literally learning how to be a man, how to be a future spouse, how to be a future friend, how to be a future community member from you and Julie. You know what I mean? Same thing with Wallace. The girls are seeing what they should look for in a husband, what they should look for in a future father for their kids if they decide to go that route, from Wallace.
Yeah.
And I think Tim Ross, I listen to Tim Ross a lot, and he literally said one time, he's like, if men would do the deep work, there would be no problems in society.
Yeah. But that's actually true too, because look at how linked fatherlessness is to delinquency. And if the vast majority of abuse cases are perpetuated by men, if violent crime is perpetuated by men, it's because society, our culture is sick. And what we've told ourselves about manhood and masculinity and how we show up in the world is literally poisoning society. And so if the way for us to reverse course on that is to do the deeper work, then we shouldn't be talking about the NBA or sports. Like, and I love sports. I was an athlete in high school, but I don't really give a shit about sports no more. I'm more concerned with having conversations that are going to help me build as a man, help me frame my identity, be more certain who I am, and so that I can give my son the best possible chance at making this world a better place. Now, if that makes me whipped, then I am whipped, boy. Look at my back. This is whip rap.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So Nelly's not wrong. I don't think it's the worst take I've heard. on the topic, but he could have said a lot more egregious things.
Yeah, no, facts. I also think it, like, to your point, it comes from where he grew up. Like, that's what he thinks being a man is. It's not doing that. It's providing, going on tour. That was the other thing in the clip was, you know, she's upset. Well, not upset, but she's like not looking forward to him being gone so much. But to him, that is providing. It's like going out working to bring it back to the house. But yeah, it's just, he's a product of his environment and what he grew up experiencing. But still, change the diaper.
You know, that actually brings up an interesting topic. For those of you who stay out of the news, good. Keep doing that. The current administration was floating this idea where they would give families who opt to have more children $2,000. They're trying to incentivize procreation. Edge's face.
$2,000 to have another kid, where it literally takes like $20,000 to send them to daycare and another $15,000 for everything else. What is that little drop in the bucket gonna do?
I mean,
and then we don't get what is it, maternity leave? You know, we don't get any kind of help with the woman or the man or any kind of leave. I just don't get it, Vlad. It's nothing. $2,000 is nothing.
I mean, $2,000 might last you, I don't know, a week, a week, 2 weeks. I don't know, maybe a month if you're really frugal. But clearly, it's to address the fact that people aren't procreating, people aren't having as many kids as they used to. What are your thoughts on that?
It's expensive, lad. Life is expensive.
Hell yeah, it is.
You know, and we only have 2, and I couldn't imagine having more. You know, I feel like people would be more susceptible to having more kids if there were resources available, if we could live life differently, and maybe have the ability to have I don't want to say a real village, but the ability to have like some sort of like either live-in help or anything like that. But it's hard to raise kids.
It is
and expensive.
My mom is like, Vladimir, you're going to regret if you don't have more kids. Just do it. Just do it while I'm here. I'm like, are you going to pay for them?
Right.
She's like, well, no. I'm like, it's not been really just about money, because money is a huge factor. We're in the middle of an affordability crisis, no matter what anybody says, who may or may not be spray painted orange. But affordability is a problem. So how am I going to feed this kid?
Yeah.
With my toenails?
No, and then time too, Vlad. Time too, because let's say things weren't as expensive, but I still have to work. So I'm already spending less time with the 2 that I have. So now I'm going to split my time into 3. They're not getting the best of me. You know what I mean? And then it's like you're a parent, then you're also a spouse. So now I'm split 4 ways, trying to also spend time with my spouse and see my aging parents. And, you know what I mean? It's like there's too much. Dude. You know?
Dude. It says that
it's crazy.
On average, center-based care for child care is about 11% of a full-time working parent's income. But for low-income families, that's over 34%. 34%. So that's almost half of your income.
That's why a lot of people decide not to work, Vlad. Like if you're in a 2-parent house, that's why this whole thing with like, oh, I'm a trad wife. Are you a trad wife, or do you have to stay home because you can't afford to send your kid to school because it's $1 bajillion? And especially if you have multiple kids. So now you're spending that times 4, let's say, right? You have to stay home. What do you mean?
Or you have to work more.
Yeah. And then who's taking care of these kids?
So it's either you stay home so you can afford to have the kids and maybe nothing else. But that's to add to the fact that housing prices have gone up. Energy prices have gone up. Groceries have gone up.
Insurance has gone up.
Insurance is like through the roof. Our spending power is decreasing because of the increased inflation due to tariffs and other issues. So where is it coming from? And I'm gonna and you know, I know we're wrapping this up, so I'm just gonna say it. You already know we talked about it all the time. you should not just be, money should just not be the only metric when you're deciding to have kids. You should have kids, the amount of kids, if you're like, oh, I want to have a boy and a girl. I want to have one boy and one girl, 2 boys and 1 girl, 3 boys.
And unless you're doing it the science way, you can't decide that.
You can't decide. Well,
and that's expensive too. So
wait, people can determine? I
think when you do IVF, you could choose.
How?
I have no idea, Vlad. I'm not a scientist, but I've heard that. Put in the comments if you haven't, but I think so. I'm going to look it up.
You should have, when you're trying to decide how many kids you should have, money is a factor, obviously, because if the child's got to eat and be taken care of, you want to make sure be able to provide for them. But also, and I think this is the most important part, Angie, you should not have more children than you have the capacity emotionally for. Especially if you've grown up, I'll give myself as an example, it took me a lot of work that I'm still working through, but a lot of work to be present as a parent and as a husband.
Yes.
And when I say I'm proud of myself and I've come a long way, I don't want to have any more kids because I really don't know if I have the capacity for that. I don't know if my father didn't have the capacity for 2. Maybe that's why he was so angry with my mom for having me, even though you already know that people don't procreate alone. But my father barely had capacity for 1. He didn't have the capacity for 1. He didn't raise my brother. So clearly that's an example of somebody who lacked the capacity, not the money or the earning potential, but the capacity for the children to be able to not just create them, but to raise them, to nurture them, to be patient with them, to love them, to notice them,
to spend time with them. Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people also have like a problem with Nick Cannon, because he's just popping them out like people pop Skittles. And it's not a money thing, to your point, but it is a time thing. Can you honestly say that you can spend enough time with, I don't even know what number kid he's on, but you're not spending time with them and you're not knowing these kids? There's no way, because you're also working.
Again, it's all mucked up in that age-old understanding that men's primary job and function is provision. If that were the case, then fatherlessness would not be a problem,
right?
Because it's not just the money that's missing in the household; it's the presence. So, what are your final thoughts on what we discussed today, Ange?
I wanted to share that yes, you can choose the genetic sex gender of a baby using IVF. So by science, you can. So you're over here trying to have a boy and a girl. Can't happen unless you use some science.
Which basically means you guys are going to be shooting blanks until you hit red zone. That's how it works. Okay, unless you got IVF money.
I will say though, Vlad, when Wallace and I were like, oh, Arya, I was like, if Arya's a boy, I want to have another kid, as crazy as that sounds, because I think girls need sisters. I know. Shoot me. I don't care. That's what I thought. God was like,
were you?
Nah, God was like, no, you don't, girl. Here's another girl. And then
if Ario was Ario, would you honestly still be trying for a boy?
Probably. Just one more time.
I don't believe you.
I believe God also didn't believe me. That's why he was like, girl.
God was like, yeah, all right, no.
But no, in my heart of hearts, Vlad, in my heart of hearts, at that time and still to this day, and probably because there's no way to change it, I would have.
Oh, man. That shit is crazy.
But again, God knows me more than I know myself. And he was like, nah, girl. 2 girls, what Wallace wanted, what I wanted, because girls need sisters. That's how I feel. I can tell a lot about a person if they don't have sisters, because usually they suck unless they're raised with like girl cousins real close.
I know some guys that have sisters and they still suck.
No, boys suck. No, that boys. Oh. If a girl does not have a sister, there's a 90% chance I can tell.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are some of the fallouts, though? What are some of the negative consequences of a girl not having a sister sibling?
She doesn't have good relationships with other women.
Ooh.
There's that dynamic's not there. That's how I feel. Again, 90% of the time when a woman at work or anywhere that I meet is like acting a little that I'm like, do you have sisters? And they say no, and I'm like, oh, okay. Then I just know. Now if they say yes, then it's like other things going on, right? Who knows, right?
Like,
but again, 90% of the no, is the reason you're an asshole because you don't have a sister? No one punched you in the face for acting crazy? That's usually what it is.
Do sisters punch each other in the face?
We fight. we fight.
Oh, you
girls fight
on Aria's level. I want to fight.
Oh yeah, Aria and Alana be fighting.
But boys be fighting too.
Oh, I know, but boys get over it quick. Girls is like, I remember this from 12 years ago that you did this to me. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
Okay. Final thought.
My final thought. We talked about a lot. The final thought is educate yourself on any topic that you're not familiar with.
Thank you.
Right? Don't be out here trying to know things you don't know about.
Try to know things you don't know.
Right. It's okay to say, you know what? I don't know enough information about that. I'm not going to comment. You know? Yeah, that's my final take.
I like that. Don't speak on things before you're informed. We talked, like you said, we covered a lot today. We talked about intimate partner violence. We talked about coercive control, domestic violence. We talked about parity in the household between parents. And I will say this, I'm a staunch advocate for survivors of domestic violence. Being a child of one, I will say that it is so important if we're looking at how do we avoid creating a Diddy. What could have been done for Diddy not to have emerged the way that he did? For R. Kelly, for Andrew Tate, for Bill Cosby. It's accountability, man. It's accountability. Look, part of accountability when you have an accountability partner, I have several accountability partners, and part of what you get in an accountability partner is you get some new information. And you're not going to be in a community with people and not get some good information if the community is rich. So my thing is like this. Domestic violence, intimate partner violence is far deeper than getting slapped across the face. Because you look at how many times have you fallen off a slide and you've hurt your leg or you stubbed your toe. That pain, yeah, it'll subside. It hurts right now, but it'll subside. But if it's serious enough psychologically, you're always going to remember it. And so the abuse that is perpetrated between people is deeper than just the scar that you can see or can't see. It is psychological, and those wounds are the ones that don't heal as well. Yeah. So please educate yourself on not just Diddy. Diddy is just the vector by which we're having this conversation. But educate yourself on IPV and domestic violence. And I know Domestic Violence Awareness Month is behind us, but it should be every month. Educate yourself. And brothers, if you're not changing diapers in 2025, get you some accountability partner. Holla at your boy, and we'll chop it up because
what are you doing?
What's wrong with you? As you know, the Roots of Rhythm podcast is made possible by viewers like you. So make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. Share this across your circles. Yes. And next week, we're going to be getting into some more of these beautiful, lovely topics. But make sure you holla at us, rootsandrhythmpod@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on our show, make sure you hit us up. Follow the links that are attached to this episode. And you always know that it's one story at a time. That's how we get to the rhythms of life. It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your number one embrace coach.
And Angie, La Cyber Mommy.
We are out of here.
Deuces, stay rooted.
Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Roots and Rhythm podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay notified for all our updates, including new episodes. Until next time, y'all, stay rooted.
This watch, so it's counting my steps. It's pretty cool, but I need new tennis shoes, Vlad. I've had my tennis shoes since probably before Alana was born. So do you have any recommendations? I know you're on your fitness all the time.
I used to think that you had to spend at least $150 on shoes, sis, in order for you to actually get some quality ones. But I'm telling you, these new shoes that I tried out, it's like you're walking on air. Matter of fact, you don't even remember you're walking on them at all. It's like you don't even remember you put your shoes on. One time I thought I was barefoot. I'm like, yo, where's my shoes at?
Oh, I love that. And are they light?
Oh, they're super lightweight. They make my old shoes feel like dumbbells by comparison. I'm telling you,
These shoes are comfortable, they're lightweight, and it doesn't even feel like you have them on. And on top of that, you can wear them anywhere. They're designed for people who are on their feet all the time, for the moms and dads who are chasing around the kids. So I would highly recommend them if you're looking for something new.
So what are they called and where can I get them?
You can get them at standplus.com. You go to standplus.com, put in our promo code ADX for an exclusive discount off of your next pair. They are the best all-day recovery shoes, so go ahead and get you a pair.
I'm excited. Thank you, Vlad.
Come on, let's do it.